Hi, my name is Jared Stein. I am the co-founder and executive artistic director of Arts Incubator Ranch, otherwise known as A.I.R. I've been lucky enough to spend my career as a music director and music supervisor across the spectrum of the arts, both in Broadway, touring productions, as well as film and television. Throughout that career, I've had the incredible honor and opportunity to work with a number of artists, directors, producers, choreographers, dancers, musicians, composers. These artists all seem to face the same challenges, which is trying to create meaningful work on their own without a support system, without the resources, and without the real time and space to create meaningful work. With A.I.R, we are on a mission to create that exact space for those artists. Our programming will have two main components: the educational side in the form of master classes and workshops to help develop the artists themselves, and the other are developmental residencies for artists who are in the midst of creating a new work. The developmental residencies will span the spectrum of the arts, allowing artists creating novels, Broadway musicals, albums, screenplays, scripts, the time and the space to create meaningful work, and we in turn will partner with those artists to help give them the resources they might need, bring collaborators to the table, and give them ongoing opportunities to return here to Montana to continue the development of that work. I've asked my friends who are artists from across the country to speak to us about the challenges they face as artists, and how a space like A.I.R could help support them create more meaningful work.
Currently at my friend's apartment in New York City. Why? Because I can't write at home. There are too many distractions, I lose focus, I get caught up on other things I need to do around the house. It is the most unproductive place for me to be. So I rely on the generosity of friends and on spaces like A.I.R, which provide support, space, and community for artists like me to work in.
Sometimes you have to step out of where you are to kind of bring that and to develop that and to shape that into something that you know can be very great. And sometimes you have to kind of go away to do that. And for an artist to have that kind of support where someone says, yes, come create here, come breathe here, taking this air differently than the air from wherever you're from. Like, come, we support that. We as artists, we need that so much.
I've seen a lot of development processes go wrong for a million reasons over the years, for ego, for lack of resources, which is obviously a huge challenge in the arts, to just not understanding how to spend those resources and how to accurately support an artist's vision and journey towards that vision. There's a big difference between having good intentions about wanting to create a space for artists to develop work and to actually knowing how to create that space and what the day in, day out rhythm of the creative process is, and the way to actually bring a show from an idea to a stage or a screen or a concert hall. It's about the people and the expertise and the environment. And to me, going to Montana to work with A.I.R is a dream that I hope to come true very soon.
And I'm always looking for an opportunity to create in community and collaborate with other artists who are looking to do meaningful work. I would love to have a place like A.I.R to go to work on projects for an extended period of time, and just to have the time, the space, and the freedom and the amenities to create an environment that is conducive to making your best work.
The arts and culture sector is still reeling from the consequences of the pandemic. Our cultural institutions, many of them have shuttered permanently, gone forever. Our arts workers, many of them have fully left our industries. We're dealing with a nationwide contraction. What we need is lifeline. What we need is opportunity. A.I.R will provide us with opportunity. A.I.R will provide us with the lifeline that we so desperately need in this moment. Think about what A.I.R has to offer in the beautiful, idyllic, remote, gorgeous environment. It's a cultural haven, a place where we have unrestricted access to create with dream collaborators. No one else is providing that.
Being an artist in New York City can be fun and inspiring, but it comes with so many challenges. Namely, all the noise. It is a hard place to hear yourself think. That's why I fantasize about having a place that I can go to that offers peace and quiet and tranquility, and a space where I can hear my own thoughts. Having a resource like A.I.R would be an absolute gift to me, to my inner artist, and to the work that I know is inside me.
But I've spent a lot of my life in central Montana, where my family is from, and so I can speak to how beautiful and inspiring a place Montana is. And so I'm an independent artist. I put out a record last year, and I feel like it's well known at this point how many hats we have to wear just to get our art seen and heard, let alone, you know, having the opportunity to really nurture our creative spirits and just focus on the art. And so I'm really excited about the kinds of artists that are gonna be able to come to a space like A.I.R and really feel nurtured and nourished and inspired. You know, artists that we need to hear from but maybe don't get to hear from because they're lacking in resources or community support, or they're marginalized in some way. And so I just think this is such a vital and important mission.
And the thing that I love most about those environments is the sense of community. I can tell you that being on this side, I miss the collaboration that you have as an actor with a cast of people. And I feel like places like A.I.R can offer you that, as well as incredible resources and just being out in nature and really like being given the time and the mental space and the freedom to make really impactful work. So
I spent a lot of time in my creative career trying to do it on my own and being like, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it on my own, I'm going to do it on my own. And this show has really taught me that it's nigh impossible to mount something and get something up on your own. But first and foremost, it's having a safe space to play in. And you know, as artists, we spend a lot of time thinking in our heads, we spend a lot of time in our heads, and then we spend a lot of time in our homes and in our bedrooms, and we're tinkering about and making stuff. But the most important part of all of that is the actual space, when you get into a space and you create in that space, and it's a safe space for artists and people to play with. And that's where the magic happens. That is truly where your thoughts come out of your head, they come off the page. And in a world right now where arts funding is being cut left, right and centre, art is the very lifeblood of humanity, and we desperately need places like this more than ever.
We cannot thank you enough for your support at this early stage of A.I.R. This foundational work is so crucial to a successful launch. There are so many ways that you can help and partner with us. Please do not hesitate to reach out, ask us questions, let's talk about collaborations, and we cannot wait to show you what we are creating right here in Montana for artists from across the country. Thank you so much.